Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the channel, and I'm going to do a news video here, talk about all the latest news about all sports. Only two recaps, and I'll be doing the Warriors game when it ends, and then the start of the Dodgers series tonight against the Diamondbacks. So just two games tonight, kind of an easy night here, but I'm going to get a news video in. So, starting some wrestling here, Javon Evans, Ricochet had a Twitter exchange. Ricochet's got cooked, man. But, I don't know, man. I don't know why you would... I don't know why you have these type of exchanges, man. And Javon Evans deleted the tweets. I don't know. I don't know why they went off on each other. But, hey, let's get negative, man. Let's get negative. I think Ricochet was in character, and Javon Evans wasn't. But that happened. Now let's get to some real stuff here. WrestleVotes via WrestleVotes Radio Backstage Pass. There are plans in the very near future to align Penta and Ray Phoenix as the Lucha Brothers, and that'll be at some point. I don't know when, but it's in the near future. So, also via WrestleVotes Radio Backstage Pass, all signs point to Gunther being Goldberg's final opponent. As long as it's a squash and Goldberg gets beat, then fine with me. But can't say I'm too excited for this. But I don't know. Hopefully it's a Gunther squash match, which I'm sure it will be. Rhino arrived in AEW last night. Did anybody watch? Because I didn't. Randy Orton talked about his love for female rappers, which is not something I expected to hear. But it's good for Randy Orton. I like some female rappers. But Will Ospreay had some comments yesterday about WWE. First thing he said in this was, in ring, I generally don't think there's anyone from that side, he's talking about WWE, that matches any of our guys in AEW. I don't know. I think guys like Seth Rollins, Randy Orton are all better than him, man. He can't do an interview without talking about WWE, man. Like, both companies should just stop worrying about each other and just focus on themselves, man. But every Will Ospreay match, I see the same thing. Flips, no selling, kick out at one. And I hate when WWE does it too. They don't do it a lot. But when they do, I don't like it that much either. Same thing as Will Ospreay. I don't like that shit. But he just doesn't like it because there's not enough flips and kicks. Oh, some of you people are some of you people think that's Seth Rollins talking about tribalism. Will Ospreay's worse. And he also believes that on his worst day, he's better than the wrestlers in WWE and ring-wise. Buddy's still mad about what Triple H said last year. Dude, I mean, Will Ospreay's cool, but you should just focus on your company, dude. On your worst day, yeah, sure. Like, Seth Rollins exists, Jacob Fatu. Even women's wrestlers like Io Sky, Drew McIntyre, Sammy, KO, CM Punk, Jacob Fatu, Chad Gable, Gunther. I can name all of them. So overrated, man. Will Ospreay says, the moment the bell rings, AEW is better than WWE. Yeah, you draw less money and attention, and half your show, and your shows are half full. But yeah, they're better. God, dude. And he doesn't enjoy WWE, which is fine. People have their preferences. That's one thing I saw. Just didn't care. Like, if he does, some people don't enjoy it. It is what it is. Like, but basically the summary is he likes flips and kicks and can't do that in WWE. Jesus Christ! I just heard loud thunder. Tom Brady names Hulk Hogan as his greatest of all time in WWE. Boo! Stephanie Vaquer and Jordan Grace is official for Battleground, the Tampa show for NXT. And Miles Bourne will challenge Open Finn for the NXT Championship. I don't even know who this is. No, I don't know who this is, but a lot of people says he's good. So the updated card for Backlash this Saturday is John Cena, Randy Orton, Lyra Valkyria, and Becky Lynch, Dominic and Penta, Jacob Fatu versus McIntyre versus Knight versus Priest, and Pat McAfee versus Gunther. Low-key Backlash looks pretty good, man, which I'll be reviewing this weekend. Next week on Raw, Io Sky and Rhea Ripley versus Roxanne Perez and Julia, and AJ Styles and Finn Balor is also set for next week, so man, it look like some pretty good matches set up for next week. Now let's get to some NFL news here on the channel. Chargers GM Joe Hortz was asked on the Up and Adams show about potential reunion with free agent receiver King now, and he's still free agent there. I think we're going to see what we have after this weekend and through OTAs, but I never say we're done adding anything. Any chance we can get, if we need the help, if we can improve the team and the competitiveness of the team and competitive in the competition at the position. I think it's very unlikely he comes back though to the Chargers. Jonathan Brooks, the Panthers running back, he's out for the entire 2025 season after being placed on the physically unable to perform list. I remember he tore his ACL again towards the end of last season, which really sucks. I think he can be really good. Could have been good if he was healthy, but he's gonna be out for the 2025 season. The Panthers are releasing veteran pass rusher Jadeveon Clowney. Of course, Schultz report he should find a new home quickly. We'll see where he goes. Demarcus Robinson, he is facing a 3-game suspension for violation of the league's substance abuse policy, so he's possibly going to get 3-game suspension. There are many people within the league that believe the Jaguars' new regime is not high on running back Travis Etienne. They drafted 2 running backs in the draft. They already tanked Bigsby, and Etienne's in the final year of his deal. So, I think they should just trade him. I think he's a trade candidate for sure. Because, I mean, I'm pretty sure they would trade him to at least get something. Free agents Nick Chubb and Stephon Gilmore, per report, have never been in play for the Cowboys per James Slater. Not really surprised there. So, George Pickens got traded to my Dallas Cowboys. So, I talked about it a few days ago. So, if you want to check that out, go watch it, where I gave my thoughts. Apparently, the Steelers head coach Mike Tomlin appears to be the one who initiated him being traded, not the GM Omar Khan or the owner Art Rooney. I guess Tomlin was kind of just tired of the diva receivers. So, retired Rams defensive lineman Aaron Donald successfully got a 5-year restraining order against Janelle Anwar, a woman who'd been stalking him and his family for years. So he got that restraining order. I'm sure some freaks will be like they wish that was them. The Patriots players have been impressed by how good Stephon Diggs looked despite tearing his ACL just 6 months ago. So, we'll see if he has a good season, man, with his new team. Justin Simmons, a free agent safety, he wants to sign with the Eagles. He wants to come to Philadelphia. He wants to be here per Brian Baldinger. We'll see if he does. The Seahawks are in discussions with free agent quarterback Shaquille Griffin on a possible reunion. George Pickens intends to play out his rookie contract and hit free agency next offseason. We'll see. I don't know if it's going to be a one-year rental. The Eagles are close to agreement they'll keep Nascar on the team in 2025. And the Steelers are counting on a year 2 jump for wide receiver Roman Wilson. Year 2 jump. Sure, man. Alan Lazard is in play to be traded to the Steelers per Pro Football Talk after the Pickens trade. Jaguars released Gabe Davis. Tom Brady stayed away during the Raiders draft this year, but did endorse North Dakota State QB Cam Miller. 49ers tight end George Kittle says he's happy the team isn't having a drama-filled offseason of players holding out for new contracts, and Brock Purdy is seeking a new deal, but he is unlikely to hold out. Well, it's because those players they don't have anymore. Veteran pass rusher Jason Pierre-Paul, he wants teams to know that he's in shape and he wants to play in 2025. Okay, man. JPP in 2025. The Falcons are expecting a breakout season from Kyle Pitts in 2025, says offensive coordinator. We heard the same shit last offseason. So, we'll talk about a little NASCAR here. They made it official. The finale is going to rotate year to year. Homestead will host the 2026 championship race November 6th through 8th, 2026. Phoenix, still 2 races to be included in the rotation. Other tracks to be determined. Playoff format's going to be determined. No spring race at Homestead. First word by the Athletic. Well, we got Homestead for 2026, man. Which is good. But it's going to be a rotation of tracks. Is Phoenix going to be still included in that rotation? But the good news is Homestead's back at the championship. Thank God. RCR Nets is a multi-year extension with law firm Morgan & Morgan as a sponsor. And they will sponsor Kyle Busch for the Southern 500, be the primary. The Cup race had 2.5 million viewers. Ben King says that Daytona Super Speedway tracks are not a candidate to host a championship event. They're more focused on the short tracks and intermediate tracks of 1.5 miles for the title race, so there's that. But shouldn't be focused on short tracks either for a championship event, only good racing. Ben Kennedy says that it's more than likely that the 2026 clash will be domestic, could go international at some point, but look for the event to remain in the U.S. Daniel Dice crew chief suspended for 2 races for the 2 missing lug nuts. So the Kansas schedule week 9:30 on Friday, ARCA Open Practice, 5 p.m. ARCA Practice Qualifying, then 8:10 on FS1, the ARCA Green Flag. Saturday 2:05 on FS2 Truck Practice Qualifying, 4:30 on Prime Cup Practice Qualifying, 7:30 pre-race for on FS1, 7:52 the Truck Race goes green. Sunday FS1 1:30 NASCAR Race Day, 3:13 the Green Flag. Your start times: Green Flag 7:52 for the Truck Race, and then 3:13 for the Cup Race, both on FS1. So we'll talk about a little NBA here. Steph Curry's injury. He's going to be out expected a week. I talked about it in the video yesterday. Jason Tatum is the Kobe Bryant of Paul George's. Quote Nick Wright. The Celtics could break it up if they lose this series against the Knicks per Windhorse. There's a possibility that this team's not going to come back. That's what's on the line. I mean, we'll see. I think it's just for them to have something to talk about. Kendrick Perkins says the Celtics are done. I'm not going to say they're done yet, but they're in trouble, man. You know, down 2-0. Byron Scott has been accused of sexually assaulting a 15-year-old student in a high school in 1987. That shit says 1987. The hell, 40 years? I beg you pardon. Udonis has on the Dallas trading Luke. If you ain't setting the right example, I'm gonna give you year 2, or I'm gonna get you up out here. It's just me. Stephen A. called out Darius Garland. George Karl reveals he hasn't been the 120 from his Twitter account. Sure, man. So some cities like Los Angeles, New York, Miami, and maybe Chicago could appeal to Giannis Antetokounmpo. The Boston Celtics are the favorites to land Ben Simmons if he doesn't re-sign with the Clippers. Favorite team being Simmons. Okay, man. But yeah, that's all the news I want to talk about. So yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. Till next time, I'm out. Peace.